This is Mark Bell from Super Training Gym in Sacramento, the strongest gym in the West. I'm just chilling at my house today, got the day off, and just been answering some questions on my email, and I got this question that came through on YouTube, and I thought it was a pretty good question, so I figured I'd answer it. This guy basically asked the question. He's a raw lifter, and he lifts with geared lifters. He's wondering if exercises such as a 3-board, 4-board, and 5-board, and also a pin lockout. He's wondering if these exercises that are partial range of motion, if they have a good transfer over into his full range of motion raw lifting. And I would say absolutely they do, 100%, because you're teaching your body to overload. You're teaching your body to handle heavier weights. And when you handle 405 and 415 and weights like that off of boards, how do you think it's going to feel when you go to do 315 full range? 315 is going to feel great if you did 415 off a 3-board or a 4-board. 315 is about 100 pounds less, so it's going to feel good. Your body is on board with benching 415, just not full range of motion yet. And so you do the partial range of motion to overload. You're also going to help with your lockout. So when you go to do 335 and you go to push off the bottom and you start to get stuck as you come to the lockout, your body already did 415. So it's going to be able to lock that 335 out without any problem. Now, as a raw lifter, you do want to pay some special attention to working full range of motion. So that's where things like the slingshot are outstanding. The slingshot is my invention. You can order it off of howmuchyoubench.net, but it allows you to overload by about 15 to 20% and keeps you safe, keeps the shoulders and pecs and triceps healthy, also helps you with your form while handling heavier loads. It's going to add a lot of volume to your workouts as well. So the slingshot has a great application there. Even though some people might say, well, shit, now I'm kind of putting on gear. Well, the slingshot is very passive in comparison to a regular bench shirt. In fact, I actually know a couple of lifters. Brandon Branner comes to mind, who's done a 635 bench press in a competition, full range of motion. And he's basically said that he doesn't really do a lot of board presses quite as much anymore because he does his overload work with the slingshot, and he feels it's almost more effective because it's a full range of motion overload rather than a partial range of motion overload. So if you are a raw lifter, you're going to want to pay special attention to that strength development at the bottom. So you're going to want to do things like dumbbell presses, incline and flat. You're going to want to pay attention to regular bench pressing, close grip bench pressing, pause bench pressing, which is kind of out of style over the last couple years. But pause that weight down there for 3 or 4 seconds and press it up and do a triple and see how humbling that is. That's pretty awful. You can also do an exercise that I used to do a lot of, that I'm a big fan of, haven't done it in a long time, but should probably do it again, is a 1 1/4 rep. So where you bring the weight all the way down to the chest, pause briefly, drive it quarter of the way up, bring it back down, and then press it all the way back up. So there's your tip on raw bench pressing, and that's it from supertraining.tv. Later.